Riders, it's Josh from CycleHunters.com. Today we are going to be checking out a really cool project that we got going on. We have a customer that has, what year is this VROD?
This is a 2014 Harley-Davidson VROD Muscle.
VROD Muscle. So this project is pretty intensive because we're taking it apart and we're going to be doing some cosmetic changes. It's going to have some powder coating, some painting. So essentially what's going to happen is when this bike is finished, it's not going to look like it does stock, obviously. So Matt's going to explain this a little bit. Here we go.
Yeah, like Josh said, we are going pretty in depth on this thing. As you can see, I mean, we've disassembled it as much as we need to, but it's pretty far taken apart. And really, the customer just wants everything that was silver: the swing arm, the wheels, various components, foot pegs, or not foot pegs, shifters, brake pedals, stuff like that. He wants it all to be black. So this is what it looks like now. He wants this all to be basically blacked out for the most part. He does have a pretty cool design plan for the wheels, which he wants the inlay to be black inside here, the spokes to be black, and then out on this outer edge, he wants that to be a deep red, like a red or a maroon. So I'm really anxious to see how that turns out, because I think that's going to be a really cool design. And so yeah, we've just spent the time taking everything apart. Now, we didn't really show you how to take it apart because, you can accidentally take something apart. I feel like if you get tools and enough time on your hand, you could pretty much take a bike and put it to this state. But our focus with this series is putting it together and putting it together right, correctly, I guess would be the way I put it. And one of the first things that we do here is when we take stuff apart, we make sure that we put them in bags, keep the stuff labeled, keep the stuff organized, so that way we don't miss any bolts and it goes back together the way it was taken apart. And really, it's taking your time, taking the stuff apart that's the most important. But, if you're tackling a project like this, awesome. That's great. This is a lot of fun. This is the stuff that I like doing, taking this stuff apart and just changing the whole look of the bike. I took a couple of photographs of the bike, and Josh will flash those up at some point of what the bike looked like before. But if you're unaware of what this looks like, just type in Harley VROD Muscle, and you'll kind of get an idea of what this bike looks like beforehand. And then I'm just really anxious to see what it looks like afterwards.
Yeah, essentially, these bikes give you that muscle-ish, dragster, kind of a almost forward-sitting cruiser.
Oh yeah,
It's an aggressive cruiser for sure. It's
got almost I think a 9-inch wheel on the back, so it's just got a big wide 240 series tire. Yeah, it's all out, just aggression basically.
Right. Very cool bike. It's definitely something that is unique in terms of riding it around because you don't normally see a whole lot of these. The motors, this is a Porsche helped Harley design motor. I know Joel would be very happy with that because he's a Porsche guy.
Yep.
But this is definitely going to look cool. I cannot wait to see it. The way that these things go together, that's going to be the interesting part for all you guys. So it's very labor intensive to pull all this stuff apart just to paint it, powder coat it, and then put it on. So when you're talking about doing a project like this, it's funny. Monetarily, in terms of an investment, you're going to put money into it. It's just how it is. It really is the name of the game as far as that goes. And you're not necessarily getting it out when you go to sell it. Maybe you do. Maybe that one person's just got to have that bike. But you're doing this out of love for your bike. You make it yours. You buy a bike, you make it yours, and it doesn't get any cooler than that. It's such a unique thing to each person. When you have your own bike and you start doing different things to it, you're making it yours, it's special. And this one is neat in a way that most cruisers don't have that look. In that you look at it like this, it looks like a sport bike. missing its clip-ons, and it just has that aggressive look. It does not look like a cruiser at all.
No.
I'd love to see something like clip-ons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
maybe in the
nose on it.
future, maybe in the future, if we get a erect one, we could do something like that.
I would like to see that.
Something with a blown out front end on it that we get at an auction or some type of setting. Yeah, maybe we could do something like that. If you guys want to see something like that, leave a comment below. But that would be an awesome project. I'd love to do something
Yeah, I'd like
that.
to see that too.
Definitely.
I love the way that they designed the muscle though from the original VROD. This one, you can tell the tank, it has a more squared off look. It just has more aggressive lines. And actually, sitting over there, we have a VROD that is, I believe it's 100th anniversary. So just to kind of give you some little bit of an idea, which a lot of you guys probably already know what these look like, what they represent. And you know, Harley doesn't make them anymore, sadly, but you can see how the design had changed through the years, and it got more aggressive, more modern looking, in my opinion, more sleek. So when this baby's done, it's gonna be really cool looking.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see it all come together.
Well, we do have other projects on the back burner. We just got the tank for the Kawasaki that needs to get painted. So stay tuned. We keep doing different things. It's what we do. We're riders taking care of riders in many different facets, whether it become a service issue for doing something like this, or actually fixing a motor, pulling it apart, doing heart surgery on a bike, all different types of things. We're able to handle it, and we enjoy it. Take a lot of pride in our work, and we cannot wait until this one's done. So,
and it also gives us something to do in these winter months when things kind of slow down. So we really can take our time.
Right, Phil?
Right.
Right, Phil?
Yes.
Right?
Right.
You might have to say it in my microphone.
Yes.
Yeah, we love projects like this, especially in the off season. You know, like I said, we can slow down, take our time. You know, make it look really nice, because I guarantee you the customer on this is going to be taking this thing out.
Oh yeah.
Every nice day he gets a chance to, and we want to, since our name's going on it, man, we want to make sure that we do everything right, and make sure that it is the best it can be.
Well, and last year we had the V-Star 1900 Raider
the Batwing
project,
fairing,
the Batwing fairing. So go check that project out. And maybe this one gets some lights. I don't know. I know he digs that kind of stuff, so we'll have to talk to him about it, because when this thing is done, as sinister as it's going to look, it's probably going to warrant, I would at least think, white or some other kind of color on it. But with the multicolored light kit, that would be cool too. So we'll talk to him about that. But
I mean, we're pretty much there at this point.
I know, you might as well.
I mean, what else could we take off except the engine?
Pretty much. So stay tuned, guys. Like and subscribe. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. But until the next video, happy riding.